All right.
Come, my confidants. We have to make to, what is the name of the place?
Don't call me
The
that.
Jeweled Mine.
The Jeweled Mine. It's one of the most fabulous places in town.
Don't ever call me a confidant.
Oh, okay. How about
That makes it sound sexual.
Fine.
So you guys begin to climb up and up to the top of the city. You eventually reach, I'd say, the just a little bit below the cavern entrance. And at this point, the city, it's the more affluent section. There's, the buildings are more opulent. They're made out of, like white marble opposed to just black stone, like down in the more lower levels. And eventually you're led to a 3-story building with a green painted exterior. It's wood, which is odd underground, but you get the idea that since it's wood, it's probably a little bit more expensive to build because they don't have trees. They just have rock. Instead of being built into the mountain, it's built on top of the mountain, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But you see that it's a 3-story building with a sign that's just a big green emerald, and it says the Jeweled Mine.
I'll walk inside.
You enter, and you see it's near the end of the day, so people who were working are off and are here celebrating. They're drinking, they're eating, they're clacking mugs together, just chugging down alcohol. And you see it's maybe like 95% dwarf and maybe like 5% human, and that's about it. There's not much diversity.
I'll walk in, make as big as an entrance as I can.
Okay. Okay.
And make my way to the desk.
You see an older gentleman, a dwarf, sitting there just cleaning a glass, and he's locked eyes on you the second you walked in. And he's got a big smile on his face, and he's like, "Please tell me you're here to stay. Please."
Oh,
please.
yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Because
I was told that this is possibly one of the best places in town.
He goes, "It's not possibly. It is the best place in town."
Oh, my goodness. Boys, he said it was the best place in town. Yes. How much for 3 separate rooms?
He goes, "Each room,
Yes.
I'd say 15 gold for a week."
15 gold for a week for each room, so that would be about
5 gold per week. Or 5 gold per room.
5 gold per room, so 15 gold.
And he goes, well, no, it's 15 total. 5 for each room.
Oh, yes, of course.
And he says food is included, and you can enjoy the merriment.
Oh my god.
But alcohol's not covered. That's separate.
Ah, that's understandable. So, for the 3 of us, it would be 15 gold a week. How does that sound?
That's fine.
Yes, I will put my 5 in. Here is my 5 gold pieces. You know what? I'll pay for everyone. Here we are. Yes. 15 gold pieces for 3 rooms. Yeah, here we are.
He goes, "Of course." And
Whatever, Octavian.
he scoops the gold and produces 3 large iron keys. And he goes, "You're on the 3rd floor at the end of the hall.
thank you.
Nicest rooms I've got."
Thank you so much. Oh, are they connected?
He goes, "Unfortunately, the rooms are not connected, no."
Oh, how disappointing.
I feel like Abby was just constantly just rubbing his temples. Just
I'm going to get very close. I'm going to lean over the desk. Get very close to him and say, "I do have another question I'd like to ask."
He goes, if you're looking for members of the night, I don't provide them."
Oh, of course not. No, never in a million years. You think I would want to sully? And I gesture to my clothes this with, bodily fluids. Of course not. No. I was wondering.
Mars has his head in his hands.
I was wondering if you could. I came to this town looking for a very particular individual for business transactions, and I have been trying to find him all day, and I have not had the best of luck. I'm looking for a particular individual by the name of Arthur Sin.
He kind of like cocks an eyebrow. He's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And he kind of like, you see him get like a little defensive.
Oh, yes, of course. would seem that Arthur Sin's influence doesn't spread this far up into the city, it would seem. That's disappointing. I was expecting him to be a little bit more powerful. Well,
I'm gonna
I'll
do
take
an insight check on this guy.
Make an
Yeah.
insight check.
Terrible. 9.
9. He seems a little startled, but he doesn't seem to recognize the name.
I have a passive insight of 20.
20?
Is that? Yeah.
The name seems familiar to him, but he doesn't have... It's more or less, he's like, oh, I've heard that name, but where did I hear it? It must not be important. It's one of those, like, he's heard of the name, but he doesn't have any information on it.
And you don't know anything about his organization, Iron Solutions?
He goes, I don't think there's any businesses in the district called Iron Solutions, but, I mean,
We're gonna have to ask people from the Merchants Guild about that.
Yes, possibly.
Just merchant. See if they've
Well.
been shaken down.
I would like to personally thank you for allowing us to stay in this lovely establishment.
He goes, well, of course, you're paying customers.
Yes, thank you. So,
Now, do you want any drinks, or are you heading to your room for the night?
oh goodness, I'll turn to the group. What is our game plan with this?
I'll have a drink.
Yes.
All right.
More.
He goes, do you want the cheap stuff or the high-end stuff?
High end.
He goes, that'll be a gold for a bottle.
Alright.
Yes.
And he takes the gold and he hands you, it's a large bottle of wine. It's deep red, called, hold on, I have a name for it.
I will tip the man an additional gold.
He smiles and he like looks around and he hands you a smaller bottle of the same wine called Manticore's Drip.
Ew.
He goes, it's got a little kick in it from Manticore venom.
Oh God.
If you don't like it, and he like starts reaching for the bottle.
Oh no, not for me. Hugo drinks what he wishes. I would never sully my perfect body with alcohol.
He goes, you elves are quite the odd bunch.
Yes. I think the word you're looking for is eccentric.
He goes, just don't cause any trouble. And he turns and he
Oh,
goes
of course
back.
not.
He goes down the bar and starts tending to another customer.
The nerve to think that I would cause trouble. Oh. All right, let's go up to our rooms.
You're going to cause trouble, aren't you?
Of course I am.
All right, so you head up to your rooms. They're at the end of the hallway, one after the other, but as you enter, you see that they aren't connected. It looks like it's not that they aren't next to each other, they're just no adjoining door.
What time did you say it was?
I'd say it's about almost nightfall, so maybe like 7 o'clock, the sun's starting to set.
Oh, okay, so shops aren't quite closed up yet, or would they be?
It depends. Certain shops, especially in dwarven cities, might be open in later hours since they don't go by the sun as much. But Blackcore has the opening that allows people to see the sun, so it's kind of like it's hit or miss. Some might stay open, some might be closed. It depends on the person running it.
All right, well, I'm gonna drop the bottle off into my room,
Okay.
and I'm going to go out and investigate and see if I can.
Did Kern tell me the name of his business?
I think he was just called Kern's Blacksmith.
Yeah, we should go try and find Kern's blacksmith.
You want to try and do that?
Yeah, because he would
All
know
right.
where Iron Solutions is.
Maybe,
Well-
but
Well, from what he said, he's being more so treated as a victim of theirs, so he might not know where they are.
True, but he would still be aware of their presence. This guy at this place didn't even seem to know that they existed.